So now I'm going to create one new iFlow. I'm giving name as REST API, testing REST API. So here for your reference, the sender is postman, the receiver is CPI. Okay. Okay, we created the iFlow successfully. Now I'm going to navigate into this iFlow. Okay. Now I'm going to change into edit mode. So now I'm going to make the sender as postman. So I'm replacing this into postman. Postman. Now I'm going to connect the sender into start message. Okay. So using connector, I'm going to connect this to palette. So now I'm going to take HTTPS adapter. Okay. So under connection tab, I'm going to give the address like testing REST API. Now I'm going to call the external system, right? So I'm going to take one request reply. So now I'm going to rename the receiver as Gemini API. So using request reply, I'm going to call that API. So here also I'm going to, so whenever you connect this request reply to receiver, it will ask the adapter type. Okay. Now I'm going to select, here also I'm going to select the HTTP method. Now under connection tab, now I'm going to fill these details. Okay. Now this is the API address. I'm copying here and then pasting here. And then this is internet type and then this is post method, right? Okay. So I'm going to select post. And then authentication, I'm going to maintain as none. Okay. Now I'm going to save this iFlow and deploy this iFlow. Okay. Now I'm going to extract the endpoint. Okay, under deployment status, I'm going to extract the endpoint. Usually it will take 30 to, I mean 30 seconds to 1 minute because I'm using trail account, right? So it will take time. So I'm refreshing this. Yes, we got the endpoint. Now I'm going to Postman. Okay. Here I'm going to create one new request. Add request. Testing API. Okay. Here I'm pasting the CPI endpoint, and then this is post method. So under authorization tab, I'm going to paste the CPI endpoint. We are going to call the CPI endpoint, right? So that's why I'm going to paste here. So this is the client ID will be the username for this API, and then client secret will be the password. Now under body section, I'm going to pass some request, okay, in JSON format. So I'm going to change the format into JSON. So this is the request I'm copying from here. In somewhere. Okay. Okay. Previously we called the Gemini API directly. Now instead of calling Gemini API, we are testing through CPI. Okay, that's why I'm pasting here the CPI endpoint. Okay, now I am triggering this CPI endpoint. Okay, let's see whether we are getting the output or not. Okay, you can see now we are getting 500 internal server error. Okay, let's jump to the CPI account. Let's jump to, yes, you can see here it is in green, I mean red color. We are getting 403 error. HTTP operation failed invoked status code 403, which means uh, 1 minute, which means we didn't pass the authentications, right? So this API require authentication, but we forgot to maintain the authentication here. That's why we are getting error. Okay. Now I'm taking one content modifier. So under message header, I'm going to maintain this API key. Okay. Now under runtime configuration, you can see this is the headers, right? This is the API key which we maintain in header. So this header is going to external system and call this API. Okay. So I'm going to configure this header in here. Okay. Now I'm going to deploy this flow. Okay, the flow started. Now let's trigger this flow in Postman. Again, we are getting error. Okay, okay, again we are getting 403 error. Okay, let's debug this flow. You can see this is the request message which I sent from Postman. I'm getting the request message, but I'm getting 403 error. Okay, let's debug this one. Yeah. Oh, now I'm deploying this flow. Okay, now we are getting the response. The issue is, let me explain the issue. Okay. So now from CPI, we are calling the external system. Okay. So when calling the external system, if there is any header, you have to mention here, and also under runtime configuration, you have to mention here. So you have to mention the header in two two places. One is under runtime configuration, and then uh, in adapter level you have to configure. Okay, then only it will work. Okay. Okay, now I am going to send hi, hello. You can see we are getting the responses. Hi there, how are you? Okay, let's beautify. Okay, we can see the response. Hi there, how are you? So you can see the output in two places. Either you can see in Postman or else you can see in CPA itself. Okay, so you can see now the data format is in JSON. Now I am going to convert this format into XML. So everyone knows, right? There is one standard palette function in CPI. So using that, I'm going to convert the format. Okay. Now I'm going to take that for palette function that is called JSON to XML converter. So if you want to align this iFlow, you can simply click this iFlow, and then you can see if you want to arrange horizontal, you can choose, or else if you want to arrange vertical, you can choose either one. I'm going to choose arrange horizontally. Okay. Here, if you want to add any root element, you can give any name like root node, but I'm not required any root element, so I'm simply unchecking this field, and then deploying this side flow. The iFlow started. Now let me trigger this iFlow in Postman. Let's see uh, whether we converted this format into XML or not. We're getting some error. So now let's debug that issue. An internal server error cannot transform JSON document to XML. Oh, okay. So it is asking to add one root element. Okay. JSON document contain either more than one member in the root object, only one. Okay, only one member with the root object with no array or array. Okay, So again, I'm going to trigger from postman. Schedule. Okay, now we got the response in XML format. Okay, but you can see here some unwanted things are coming, right? In the response, some unwanted things are coming. So I'm going to delete these unwanted things. Okay, for that, I'm going to use one expression. So I'm taking one content modifier. Let me first explain with some example data. Sample example data. Order customer name. Virat name. Customer order. So this is the order. So let's take this sample XML data. Okay. So now you can see this is the topmost root, topmost element. Okay. Here the order is the topmost root element. Okay, of this XML structure, and then this is the parent element, parent node. Okay, and then this is the child node. Okay, parent node means, okay, the node contains one or more child nodes. Okay, but this, okay, but this structure contain one child element, that is name. So that's why we called now this one as parent node, and then this is the child node. Okay, child node means a child node is an element inside the parent. Okay, inside the parent node. Generally in CPI, if you want to extract this child node, there are two ways are there. The first one is, I think last class Hari explained, right? So let me re-explain. The first one is absolute path, and then second one is relative path. So using this two way, we can extract the element. Okay. So coming to absolute path, actually it means it is the full path. Absolute path means full path. We have to start from the parent node or root node. we have to start from the root node. Okay, now here the root. Now I want to extract this element, I mean name. So I'm starting from order customer name. Okay, this is one way of extracting this name. Or else, if you don't want this absolute path, you can prefer relative path. Okay, you can prefer relative path. Okay, name. Okay, these are the two ways of extracting the XML nodes. Okay, you can prefer as your wish. So now I am going to prefer relative path. So here in this structure, I'm going to extract the text, this field, right? So in the message header under source value, I'm going to use relative path, that is text. Here the source value is XML. Okay, so I'm going to select XPath here, and then data types java dot lang dot string. So here you can mention any reference name as your wish. So I'm going to mention like text value. So now I'm going to place this text value in the message body. Okay. I'm changing this type to expression dollar header dot text value. So now I'm going to deploy this, save this iflow first, and then deploy this iflow. Now the iflow started. I'm going to postman, and then I'm going to trigger this endpoint. Let's see whether we are getting only the text field or not. Yes, we got the response, only the text field. So any doubts till now? Previously, we got the full response, like some unwanted things we are getting. So now I remove the unwanted things using the expression. Okay, using this absolute path and relative path, I remove the unwanted things. So any doubts till now? Okay,
Chandru,
let's move
sorry.
to the
Can
second
you
API. So coming to second API, Dhananjay, do you have any doubt?
No, no, I was just, can you go back to that flow again? Okay. The I flow, can you go back to the flow again?
Hello.
Yeah, hello? Hello? Are you able to hear
1 minute,
me?
Dhananjay. I think
Okay.
I'm facing some mic issue.
Okay, okay. Hello? Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, yeah. Yes,
Okay,
Dhananjay.
okay. Okay, okay, that's fine, that's fine. I thought some issue from my side, so I was just checking.
Okay, what's your name?
Yeah, I just wanted you to go back to the I flow again.
Okay.
Yeah. So can you double click on this content modifier too? I just missed once more. Yeah, the message body.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry. Go message header. Okay. 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 So you just selected the expert and
Here
yeah.
I have here I
Oh,
extracted this text.
mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fine. So I was just see if you once you run this.
Ah,
So in the output, it was saying hi there, hello, right?
yeah,
But
yes.
I saw like in the code you just gave hello. So how did we get that there?
Oh,
Maybe I just skipped that. I didn't get it.
okay. Right. Okay, shall I go with the next AP?
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure.
Okay. Okay, no issue. I will share this API in this chat. Okay,
Yeah,
after this section, you guys
yeah.
practice this in your
So,
trial at home as well as in Postman.
yeah. So, Chandru, this is the doubt I had. See, in the text here, you just gave hi, hello, right?
Yes, yes.
So in the output, we got hi there. So did I miss anything? Like, how did we get that hi there?
This is the Gemini API, right?
Okay, okay,
Usually,
okay.
usually in ChatGPT, if we send some request, how it will give some response, right? Like that only.
Okay,
It's a
okay,
Gemini API.
okay. That's fine. Okay, go ahead.
1 minute, I'm sharing the API in this chat. Okay, let's move to second API. Okay. Now I'm going to explain SOAP API. Okay. So this is the SOAP API. So I'm going to test this SOAP API in Postman. So I'm going to create a new request. And I'm renaming this request as SOAP API. Okay. So here I'm pasting the API. So these are all headers, content type. So under header, I'm pasting the content type. This is the action. SOAP action. So using this API, I'm going to perform addition. You can see add. So this is the request message. I'm going to paste in body under XML form. Okay. 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 Now I'm going to trigger this API. Okay. This is a post method. Okay. You can see the output 70. 20 plus 50 is equal to 70. Uh, so, uh, so now we performed addition, right? So now instead of addition, I'm going to select subtraction. 'Right? In body also I'm going to change this soap action to subtract. Why 100 internal server error? Okay, no issue. Now I'm going to perform the addition in CPI. So I'm creating a new iflow. SOAP API testing. So I'm changing into editing, and then I'm going to connect this sender into start message. Here I'm going to select the HTTP adapter type. So here the sender is postman. And then quickly I'm going to take one request line. So now I'm going to connect this request reply into receiver. So now I'm using SOAP API. Usually, if you use SOAP API, you have to select SOAP adapter. But to use SOAP API, you require WSTL file. Currently, I don't have that file, so I'm choosing HTTP adapter. So under connection, I'm configuring this API. Then this is post method. Okay, this is fine. And then this API required this API not required any authentication. So I'm going to maintain and so before request reply, I'm going to take one content modifier. So inside message header, I'm going to maintain the SOAP actions and then request. No, no. Only SOAP action I'm going to maintain in message header. Okay. SOAP actions and content type. These two things I'm going to maintain in this header, message header. Source value is text slash XML and then SOAP actions. Going to perform addition. Okay. Now I'm going to save this flow. Okay. Pop-up is arranging, right? So let's see. Actually, we forgot to give the address path in the HTTP adapter. That's why it is showing error. Slash testing. So if, and one more thing, last time I told you, right? Whatever the headers you are passing here, you have to mention in two places. The first one is inside the adapter, you have to mention the message header. And then under type configuration, you have to allow the header. So you have to mention the headers in two places. Now I'm saving the site flow. Slash save. Okay. Now I'm saving the site flow. Now this error notification down. So I'm deploying the site flow. So now the iflow started. The deployment status, I'm going to take the endpoint, CPI endpoint. I'm going to take at the runtime configuration. We got the endpoint, and now I'm moving to Postman. Renaming this SOAP API, testing SOAP API. Okay. So now this is the endpoint for SOAP. So I am now I want to pass the SOAP API request. So generally, the SOAP API follow XML format. Okay, so now I'm changing the structure into XML and then pasting the SOAP API request, and then I'm triggering this type flow. You can see we got the result as 70. Previously, we triggered directly the SOAP API. Now we triggered the CPI endpoint. Okay, so now I'm pasting these API details to this chat. So you guys practice this API in your Postman application as well as in your BTP trail account. So if there is any issue, let me know tomorrow.